United States President-elect Donald Trump has now appointed 3 Hollywood ambassadors. 3 stars now have been appointed by President-elect Donald Trump. Donald Trump has appointed 3 Hollywood ambassadors. Actors John Wright, Mel Gibson and Sylvester Stallone have been named, and they have been tasked with promoting business opportunities.
Hollywood elites are shaking in their boots, and it's all because of Mel Gibson and Sylvester Stallone. What exactly did they do to cause this massive panic? Stick around, because this shocking twist is sending ripple effects through the entire industry, and you won't believe the role these 2 legends are about to play in Hollywood's future. Mel Gibson and Sylvester Stallone, 2 Hollywood legends who've never been afraid to speak their minds. Gibson's called out Hollywood's darkest secrets, and Stallone's unapologetically backed Donald Trump, even calling him the second George Washington. Now, in a move no one saw coming, Trump has made them special ambassadors to Hollywood. Their mission? To take on the woke agenda and save the industry. This is shaking the entire entertainment world, and trust me, you'll want to hear why.
It is my honor to announce Jon Voight, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone to be special ambassadors to a great but very troubled place, Hollywood, California. Wow. They will serve as special envoys to me for the purpose of bringing Hollywood, which has lost much business over the last few years, to foreign countries back, bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. These 3 very talented people will be my eyes and ears, and I will get done what they suggest. It will again be like the United States of America itself, the golden age of Hollywood.
Box office revenues are shrinking as audiences opt for streaming over pricey theater experiences. But it's not just convenience. Fans are frustrated with Hollywood's focus on political agendas over storytelling. Beloved franchises like Star Wars and Marvel have faced backlash for prioritizing social messaging, leading to boycotts, bad reviews, and financial losses. Polarization in the industry. Hollywood has become a battleground of ideologies, with progressives demanding inclusivity at all costs, while conservatives argue the focus should return to entertaining audiences without preaching. This culture war has deepened the divide between Hollywood and its viewers, leaving many to question if the industry can ever regain its former glory. Enter Mel Gibson and Sylvester Stallone, backed by Trump, who aim to bring Hollywood back to its roots. If anyone can take on this fight, it's these 2.
Well, of course, he entertained the hell out of me, and he defined that generation. He defined my generation as far as just, comic timing, mores, humor mores. I mean, he set a benchmark for that kind of stuff. He not only set those, very high benchmarks in the world of comedy, he did the same in the acting world. He won Oscars, and
Donald Trump's recent post on Truth Social sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. In a move that no one saw coming, Trump announced the appointment of 3 Hollywood legends, Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and Jon Voight, as special ambassadors to Hollywood. According to Trump's statement, the trio's mission is clear: to revive Hollywood and counter what he sees as its decline due to the dominance of the woke agenda. In his words, "It is my honor to announce Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and Jon Voight as special ambassadors to a great but very troubled place, Hollywood, California. They will serve as my eyes and ears to bring Hollywood, which has lost much business over the last 4 years to foreign countries, back bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. Their insight will help lead the industry back to its golden age." This declaration wasn't just about reviving an industry, it was a direct challenge to the prevailing cultural trends in Hollywood. Trump's vision is to shift Hollywood away from divisive narratives and restore what he calls classic storytelling. He made it clear that these 3 figures were chosen not just for their star power, but for their willingness to stand against the grain.
I'll tell you, I saw Braveheart. I think Mel Gibson is a very good guy. I've met him a number of times, good guy. But I'll tell you, that was super Mel Gibson in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was on a plane, and there was absolutely nothing to do. It was one of these planes that you couldn't make calls, you couldn't do, and they had tapes.
That's all planes for us.
And I never saw Braveheart.
Okay.
And they showed me a tape.
Mel Gibson has long been one of Hollywood's most polarizing figures. Over the years, he's been vocal about the industry's corruption and what he calls its moral decay. Gibson has criticized Hollywood for its exploitation of young talent and has openly condemned its treatment of children and minors. His controversies are well documented. From accusations of anti-Semitism to his outspoken views on Hollywood's elite culture, Gibson has been a thorn in the side of the industry for decades. Despite these challenges, he remains a respected filmmaker and actor, with works like The Passion of the Christ and Braveheart earning critical acclaim. Many believe that his willingness to speak out against Hollywood's darker side is precisely why Trump selected him for this role.
You can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't let it get you, because you have to make a deal with everyone else, and it's almost unspoken that you are going to be fucked over at some point. This weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Sylvester Stallone, on the other hand, has made headlines for his unwavering support of traditional values. Known for his iconic roles in Rocky and Rambo, Stallone represents a different kind of Hollywood star, one who values grit, patriotism, and perseverance. Stallone has also been vocal in his admiration for Donald Trump, famously comparing him to George Washington. He's positioned himself as a critic of Hollywood's shift toward politically charged narratives, advocating instead for stories that unite rather than divide. Stallone's appointment signals a focus on storytelling that resonates with audiences across the political spectrum. Together, Gibson and Stallone bring a mix of experience, defiance, and star power to their new roles as Hollywood's fixers.
When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
Just looked at the news reports. People like you, Bobby. Don't get too popular, Bobby. Oh. And I think you're going to do some unbelievable thing. Nobody's going to be able to do it like you.
The news also sparked heated debates on platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Many criticized Trump's decision, arguing that Gibson and Stallone's controversial pasts make them unsuitable for such roles. Not everyone in Hollywood is against this move, however. Some celebrities and industry insiders have quietly voiced their support, praising the trio's boldness and their commitment to shaking things up. Others see this as an opportunity to address long-standing issues within Hollywood, from declining box office numbers to the alienation of mainstream audiences. One insider commented anonymously, "Look, Hollywood's been bleeding for years. Maybe these guys can stop the bleeding. At this point, what do we have to lose?" As the backlash and support continue to pour in, one thing is clear. Trump's appointment of Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and Jon Voight has ignited a cultural firestorm that's far from over. This isn't just about Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, or even Donald Trump. It's part of a much larger cultural shift that's been brewing for years. More and more, we're seeing a pushback against what many describe as woke ideologies, dominating entertainment, education, and even corporate America. Trump's decision to appoint Gibson, Stallone, and Voight as special ambassadors is a strategic move to influence one of the biggest cultural battlegrounds. The clash between Hollywood's traditionalists and progressive ideologies is only heating up, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Whether this initiative succeeds or fails, one thing is certain. These three Hollywood veterans are about to leave their mark on an industry in desperate need of change. If you think Hollywood's about to get shaken up like never before, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.